Okay, hey everybody. I'm sending you a quick video from home just so that I can help you understand how to get started with GAP. Um, please forgive the mess behind me. I am working from home so that I can help you guys understand what you need to do to get started with GAP. So it'll take me just a second to get situated here. Okay, here we go. Getting started at GAP. When you log on to any school computer, any school desktop, you will log in under the username MEC. Midtown Educational Center is where GAP is located, so that will help you understand the reason why you use the MEC username. The password for you and everyone else who logs on at MEC is MEC9School, all lowercase. So when you log into Plato, you are now logging into Edmentum, and this is the software system that we use in order to do all of the 100% online learning that you will do while you're at GAP. So the first thing that you do is log on to Edmentum. We'll talk about that again in just a second. So that you can understand how you actually get your grade here at GAP, it's different than credit recovery, and I wanted to make this really clear to you. If you look, it says mastery test count 40%. In credit recovery, mastery test counted 75% of your grade, and the failure that you received the semester before or whenever you failed the class counted 25%. But at GAP, you are starting every course from scratch, from start to finish, with basically a 0, and you're building your grade as you go. Mastery test count 40%, unit post-test count 30%, and the end of the semester test counts 30%. So as you go along, keep in mind that you are not in credit recovery mode. You're starting from scratch in GAP. And if you take a look at the bottom, it tells you how many learning modules that you've mastered. That's each individual lesson, your quiz average, and your grade. Now, the other will come into play with the 30% and 30% here as well. So the differences in credit recovery and GAP include a few things. Credit recovery must recover a portion of the course based on a prior grade. GAP must complete the entire course to receive credit. Credit recovery, the grade that you're earning in Plato is averaged with the prior failed grade at a ratio of 25-75%. The entire grading GAP comes from Plato, from the very beginning to the very end. In credit recovery, only mastery tests counted towards a final grade, but at GAP, mastery tests, unit tests, and final exams count towards the final grade. So they all go together to give us a picture of what you actually understood. Yes, both programs are operated out of Plato and Edmentum, but how you get your grade is very different. So let's log into Edmentum as an example. So the way we log into Edmentum is everyone's account login is RCSD, which is for Roane County School District. Everyone's username is unique. I have an example here. And everybody's password is unique. So when we log in, one of two things will happen. Here you see my student learner cannot get access to careers in criminal justice. The reason is because it's after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. At GAP, you must do your work between 8 and 3. The system shuts off after 3 p.m. So access is not allowed by anyone participating as a student at this time. That's why it's very important that you come to school and you work hard during the hours you're at school. Now, let's just say that it's earlier than 3 o'clock and I log in. What I will see here, and this is Dorian's account from before, I'm sure he does not mind me using it, you will see a list of all of the courses you're required to take. And the best thing to do, my advice is that you do the English and the math courses first. The other courses tend to be easier and they will go more quickly, but you cannot graduate without all of your English credits and you cannot graduate without all of your math credits. I am an English teacher and Miss Morgan is a math teacher, so it will be helpful to you to do those assignments first and let us get you through those courses. So when you click on all activities, it is going to ask you to log in again if there has been a certain amount of time that you haven't logged in. So let me log in. There are security features with after a certain amount of time. If you have not utilized the system, it will automatically log you out. So let me go into U.S. history. Okay, so we see that there are 5 units in U.S. history. So if we click on Unit 1, for example, we see the same thing that we saw in credit recovery. There is a pretest. There are 1, 2, 3 sections that have mastery tests, and you know that they have a mastery test if there's an orange box with a book in it. The book means you have a test. So you must go in and take the pretest. The better you do on the pretest, the easier it is going to be for you to get through that unit, simply because you will be able to proceed through more quickly because it will not make you go through the tutorials for those units. The problem is when you go in to take the semester exam and the post test for that entire unit, you will be responsible for knowing that information. So you will take the pre-test for the unit, do the lessons that do not have a star. If they have a star and an E on them, it will mean that you are exempt from that section, and then complete the post test for every unit. You do that for every single unit, and then you come to the semester test or the final exam for that class, and this one has 46 questions. So it's a more lengthy test. After you answer all of the questions, you click Submit Test. So basically, what you're doing is going into Edmentum, starting your course every day when you come to school, wherever you left off. You're completing the pre-test, the mastery test, which you can retake if you have that failed test removed, or you go back to the tutorial and reset it. You can do that as many times as you need to. Then you complete each of the mastery tests for which you're required. You complete the unit test, and then you complete the end of course test that is online here at Edmentum. So I hope you understand. If you have any questions, you can ask me anytime during class, but I thought this video might be helpful so that everybody starting the program would know what they needed to do. Thanks so much, and you guys have an excellent, wonderful, great day.